In the top right, the blue Terran player playing for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is Cure. Longtime Generic Green Wings member, but as that organization is gone, it's Dragon Phoenix Gaming.
Jenner's still around.
Oh no, you're right. They're not one of them that disappeared. They're still around. They've got
Rogue.
Creator Maru, Rogue, SOS, Trap. Yeah, alright.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if Creator is... It's kind of weird. Creator's not been one to usually stay in the team house for Jenner, I don't believe. And so he's like kind of on the team, but then kind of not. So anyway.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, the PVT's here.
2 PVTs.
Or Zergs. A Zerg 1 Home Story Cup. We can't get anybody even to make it to the second day of our event.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how that works. And I was expecting the Zerg. Like, I had pretty solid hope for the Zergs, like Dong Ragu and Solar.
Oh, absolutely. I was feeling pretty positive about both those players, but nope. The best part of the Dragon is the Phoenix. Yeah, fucking Dusk, I agree.
Your mic is cutting in and out again like it was yesterday. Hang in there, guys. Anyway, for stats, we do have an early shield battery into his main. I think it was Zest, or maybe it was stats we saw do this yesterday against a Terran, because basically the Protoss throw up a quick shield battery into their main base, then they just move right across the map with their Adept. And this is basically the shield battery will help cover. The Reaper can't really kill a probe when a shield battery is present. And it allows you to move across the map right away with your Adept. So I do quite enjoy that choice from the Protoss. And if you were speaking, I still cannot hear you, Falcon.
How about now?
I can hear you now. And we'll see how long that lasts.
I know. Oh, that command center is like 99.9% done.
Yeah, Kira is not a happy camper right now.
Oh yeah, no.
You're cutting out again, unfortunately. Kind of big time cutting in and out. I cannot hear you. Yeah, so anyway, stats getting some good damage done. Delaying the CC is absolutely huge. It was a second away from finishing up, and Kier just can't get an SCV down to actually finish it up. It's very painful for the Terran player. He's now going to move down with these units to force stats away. So a nice little bit of damage done by stats early on. Stats chooses just to recall the units. And then he's just going into Phoenix behind this.
Yeah, not a bad opening there.
It's still happening, the audio issue. Is this just a Discord thing?
No, I think it's my headphones going out.
So stats opening up Phoenix, going into a Robo behind it, so there's a decent chance we could maybe see like that Phoenix Colossus style. Protoss like to use those units in tandem. Kira has made a couple Hellions, but not necessarily for straight harassment, kind of just for scouting. Hellions are actually pretty solid scouting units. Then actually behind this, just going for a bit of a 2-1-1 is Kira, and sometimes Terrans will go for like 2-1-1s that kinda look like a 2-1-1, but this looks pretty straight towards just like a classic 2-on-1, 16 Marines, 2 Medivacs.
How about now?
I can hear you now.
Okay. Alright, let's give this a shot then. Roll with it.
So, a 2-1-1 from the Terran player against Protoss who's playing Phoenix could get a lot of damage done if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I think so. And it depends obviously on if the medevacs get caught out by the Phoenix initially or not, and they're definitely not going to get spotted coming around that left side.
Yeah, so this could be a lot of damage getting done by Kier. He doesn't have anything other than stim pack, so I mean the Marines can be dealt with by gateway units, but 16 Marines unloading is going to get a lot of damage done here. I think 2 probes going down so far. The Marines can very well trade with these gateway units, as long as Kier is careful not to get like force fielded completely into a corner or something. He gets a gateway actually, which is odd.
And a sentry goes down. Yeah, I bet he wishes he had a shield battery back here, but he does not.
Oh, the Marines stim forward.
Stalker.
They're just gunning down Stalkers. Gonna aim at Phoenix.
One of the medevacs does get focused down, and now I'm trying to boost out of here with the remaining Marines. Not going to happen. And Stats does hold there, but both players taking some serious losses. Not many probes went down for Stats, which is great. And Kira's kind of hoping for more, but as Stats goes into Colossus.
Yeah, that was quite a few units to trade away for that. Since Kier is playing a 3-rack, or I guess a 2-rack style, and now going into a 5-racks, he will have some units out fairly quickly, as opposed to just if it was like a 1-1-1 or something. So he's got a couple Marines out on the map with some Widow Mines again. Stats is going to have to make some units. He's now building a shield battery at his natural, which he wishes he had before.
It'll serve him well in the future, though. Extended thermal lance getting started here from the Protoss player. And just Marines, Marauders, Medevacs. The order of the day here for Cure. Not really mixing in anything else at the moment. But I imagine he'll start getting into Ghosts here eventually. But for now, it's just more and more barracks getting poured on. More production for those units. And getting upgrades for them too.
Yeah, I would I know I asked for this yesterday and we kind of got it, but I want to see like 200 stats against 200 Cure in a TvP and see how that plays out.
Cure starts double pumping those Vikings, recognizing that Colossus are a threat here. And just Armory coming up. I mean, pretty much being allowed to do whatever he wants. Small group coming on the left side with some Widow Mines, I assume, to deal with the Phoenix if they fly over. And trying to see if he can jump on that third base, which is actually, yeah, the Army's in a position to handle it. The early warning pylon does its job and gives Stats that early warning.
Yes, 100 minerals well spent indeed by Stats.
Yeah, if you're a Protoss player struggling with dealing with drops against Terran, just throw pylons up in, you know, places along the bottom of the map, the sides of the map. Try to give yourself a bit of an early notification that something is coming your way. It's nice.
Looks like a third Colossus just popped out for Stats, so he's got that healthy number. He is going into another Robo and a Dark Shrine behind this, interestingly enough. Then going up to 10 gateways, too. So,
wow.
I'm not sure how Stats is going to play this, whether he's going to go aggressive or defensive yet and just try and harass with, say, the DTs. But with 10 gateways, he's definitely going to have the option to be aggressive if he wants to.
Cure's Ghost Academy is just about done here. Doesn't take a lot long to build. It's going to be very useful to have that. I assume we're going to see the Enhanced Shockwaves upgrade coming in as well against Protoss. It is very good. But for now, no Vikings around to deal with those Colossus whatsoever. A bit of a push on the other side. Yeah, just kind of being everywhere at once is what what he's going for here. Stats fourth base is coming in. Cure does have a fourth command center under construction here too. So they're keeping pace with each other, obviously.
Yeah, as far as macroing up goes, though, I think Cure's in quite an okay position. Stats, he did delay his fourth base going up to 10 gateways before he got that. Even his upgrades are quite delayed compared to that of Cure. Stats is now just getting up his second forge, whereas 2-2's already on the way for Cure. Fourth base is on the way for Cure as well. So as far as just macroing up, Cure is in quite a fine position. So going up against a late game Protoss, he's definitely going to have the means.
DT Blink is on the way.
Ooh,
Shadow Stride getting researched. Are you kidding? Stats, we don't deserve you.
No,
Fourth
we
base
don't.
under-
He's even chrono boosting it. He's so eager for it. He's
Fourth
like,
base
these
under-
DTs are going to blink everywhere.
And pretty good too in the hands of somebody like Stats.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard an interesting quote from, I think it was Fear Dragon who said it, or some commentator, that basically if you save 1 DT with Dark Templar Blink, it's worth the upgrade.
Just cost-wise, because DTs are so expensive, yeah. Makes sense. Ooh, Disruptors on the field here, too. Loving that. Versus
I like
all
it.
this bio. 2 Ghosts in production. Where's my Enhanced Shockwave?
He's got it.
Done. Alright, it is done. I didn't see it come through.
Yeah.
Very good. So everyone's got the tools they need to win this thing. Just comes down to positioning for the most part.
All right. Quite a nice concave for Cure. Lots of EMPs already going down. Stats is going to back out of there. Cure's a very good Terran, so Stats can't completely rely on getting just a couple big disruptor hits. So he's going to have to be more passive, wait till a really good window. Cure at the same time is getting up a 5th base, but I imagine he's going to want to start going into Liberators relatively soon, so he'll have those to help zone out the disruptors. As every other unit seems to have, Cure's got the answer for, but Liberators really are the best answer Terran has for disruptors. So Cure, he's got to play it safe till then.
3 command centers at one time under production.
Oh,
for Cure
I
right
love
now.
it. I love it.
Some of them will be bases, some of them will be planetary fortresses, just in random defensive positions to help out against incoming on
Here's a nice attack. However, there is 4 disruptors, so these bio units are going to have to be microed hard. May get the Nexus, are getting a few probes, but looks like these units will all be forfeit, and the Nexus won't actually die. So, what looks like an okay trade for Stats while this is going on. The DTs are killing 18 SCVs. Where was there even 18 SCVs killed? The main base.
Wow.
Some at the natural, I think.
Down.
Wow, that was a lot of damage done by Stats, and if we take a look right now, the Protoss player is maxed out, whereas Cure is not due to the damage he took. He's going to scan to try and get this DT. It doesn't actually blink away. But still, I really love it that Stats is going for the DT blink. As long as you force out scans, a DT can be considered worth it, usually. Those 2 DTs, not worth it.
No. They didn't get anything done there. 3-3 on the way here from Cure. Working on orbitals. Not really going into that Liberator composition. We'll see. There's still time left in this game yet.
I expected to see Liberators. He's getting +2 ship attack, so his Vikings will deal extra damage. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see Liberators. This is actually one of the reasons why I want to see. Terrans are more comfortable in the late game TvP matchup at the minute. The Terran player that I've seen that's done the best job of it has been Clem. He's just been bopping like top European Protoss players going into the late game. I want to see if someone like Cure can do it against someone like Stats, though.
I don't see why not. Fleet Beacon coming in from Stats. And he's starting air weapons level 1. Interesting.
3 Stargates coming out. A 5th base for Cure was being established. The planetary will stay strong. Oh, big disruptor shots going out for the Protoss. So that's quite nice.
That planetary a little vulnerable if Stats wants to poke in there, but he seems... Oh, no, he's going for it. He is pushing into that planetary in the low ground. He goes to get chased away.
Yeah, the disruptors zoning out the Terran force is quite nice. There's 10 DTs that have been made for Stats that were looking to maybe go in and snipe a base or something. However, Cure is out on the map with his own force. He's going to be looking for an attack somewhere. Maybe be able to grab a base. The DTs are waiting. Colossus get recalled. Just the Colossus to push away this bio.
And Cure goes home. Check it out. He's like, all right, never mind, we're good.
Yeah, really passive from Cure, I'd say so. Like, sometimes Terrans will just not stop attacking the Protoss all game, whereas Cure, he's really been defensive.
He is making nukes, I guess, as long as he has the ghost.
I dig it. Cannons can't run away like spores and spines. DT is making Cure hate life as they hit his 3rd base, kill another 9 SCVs. Stats' army is just a I don't know, a ragtag combo or something. Like, he's just got a bunch of DTs, a lot of disruptors, then some Colossus.
Mishmash.
Yeah, mishmash. That's the best way to put it.
And carriers. Who makes carriers versus Terran?
Are carriers bad against Terran?
Yeah, if you make ghosts and marines, then the interceptors don't do anything.
But what if you have disruptors and Colossus under them?
I guess.
Like the
You can try
Terran
to
can't
make it
stim
work.
in and then the interceptors do work? I've lost plenty of games to carriers. That's all I know.
I just haven't seen him much at the highest level, and I just assume that control is a little bit hard to pull off. But if anyone can do it, Stats can. At this
Yeah,
level.
I fully think Stats is capable enough to make this happen. We see him go up a ramp, though, into mass EMP, so his gateway units will just melt. However, those disruptors, still lethal, will force the Terran back.
Yeah, just covering.
Oh!
And he blinks out. Oh, gets 3 of them away. Very nice.
Another DT gets tagged, an observer.
EMP just to make sure they finish it
How
off.
many DTs have died so far this game? 13.
It's a lot of gas.
More DTs and Zealots coming in. The DTs think better of it, though, and try and run away.
Dude,
A
blinks
nuke?
out. Another
Whoa!
weird spot for a nuke, man.
That's a zoning nuke. It might get the observer.
There's no one within the area to zone. What was that?
I guess. I don't know.
Cool. Just, you know.
He gets the observer. That helps pay for it.
Places the nuke
Holy
instantly.
cow, Stats is making 6 carriers at a time.
Dude, Cure is getting that stupid medevac upgrade that nobody ever gets. What is this game?
Rapid reignition system.
Yeah, no one ever gets that thing.
He wants to be able to dart around like mad. Stats
Memes.
has observers everywhere, by the way.
This game 1 is all the
Oh,
memes.
we just saw a nuke kill. 7 probes. Not bad.
Pretty good.
The concern right now, though, is the fact that the carriers haven't really been spotted, and Kier's about to just be ambushed by 6. He's like, oh, look at that. I guess I'll run away then.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of anti-air there. It's a pretty heavy Marauder composition.
Yeah,
Starts making Vikings.
21
working on air
Marauders
weapons
out
level-
for Kier.
Air weapons level 3, while Stats is working on 2-2 for his carriers here. Yeah, we're just gonna mine out this whole map. Eternal Empire is a big map, too.
It is. Look at the players. Banks 5k to 2k. This nuke is going to go down. It's going to kill 5 cannons, maybe a couple DTs. Oh, this is going to be a very nice nuke. Those DTs blink on top of the Templar, but don't get it. Okay, it only gets 4 cannons, but that is worth the nuke, I'd say.
It's a lot of minerals worth, yep. High-sec auto-tracking coming in, building armor on the way from Cure. He's like, what do I need to... What upgrades do I have available today?
Well, he's probably going to be building a ton of turrets, so I do like the fact that he's getting that. There we go. There's the turrets to say no to carriers with turrets.
What a crazy turtley game 1 this is. Jeez.
I didn't expect this.
Nobody's lost a base yet in 20 minutes, which is nuts for a TvP.
Oh,
No one-
I'm so happy we're seeing this. Okay, Kira's gonna dive forward onto a ton of disruptors. He does a good job dodging out. EMP's the shield batteries. This is so many Novas. He's doing a pretty good job splitting, chasing after those disruptors. He's gonna get the Nexus, but he won't get on top of the disruptors. This attack is maybe gonna bait Stats to moving in.
Cure still pushing around on their Shell Shark and lost 3 of his Ghost to Disruptors during that attack, which is not great. But 4 Vikings at a time in production by Cure right now. He just really wants to hit those carriers from distance if he can, and he's going to try to nuke this 6 o'clock base.
Is Stats gonna use the disruptors to kill it? Of course he is. He's Stats. That poor Ghost.
Planetary not going to be enough to hold off against this massive attack, but the Vikings coming in from a good angle. Almost enough to one volley down a Viking, but not, or a carrier there, but
Interceptors
not
deal
quite.
mad damage to Vikings that don't have any armor, though, so a lot of those Vikings just got cut up. Even though there's no Psystorm under here for Stats. Like, we need to see ship armor for Kier if he's going to try and use Vikings against this. Vikings just melt against carriers.
He's making 6 at a time. Another attack coming in down. He did cancel one of Stats' bases in the middle of the map a second ago. Jumped on top of the Disruptors, wipes them out.
There's a ton of
Some of them.
DTs. And the DT Disruptor Shield
Wow.
Overcharge combo wins.
Oh, that overcharge was beautiful. He's going for 3-3 on his carriers. All right, here we go.
And there's still no ship armor for Cure. Like, if you're gonna try and contend with the carriers with Mass Viking, you gotta have the armor. Like, Vikings are just so brittle against carriers. Cure's bank that was once great is now gone.
Snuck a ghost down to the south here in a position that isn't really, I don't think where Stats is going to look for it. So I think
Oh, he sees it, though. He's stats.
sees the dot. Another base out here on the low ground getting focused down by Bio. They should be able to... it doesn't want to lose him. Wants to keep that little group alive. He could have taken it down, but I think everybody would have died in the process, or very close. That is so many Vikings. With +3 attack and no armor.
How is this gonna work out? I don't know, to be honest. I like the Liberators because they deal splash to the Interceptors. The EMPs will be really important here.
And got it.
The
here.
Disruptors tossing out Novas. The Vikings move forward. Shift queued on the carriers, but if we take a look, I mean, the Vikings are just melting against this. And
Yeah,
carrier
they're
GG's
gone.
out. Yeah.
Woo!
Okay, GG. What a game number one between those two players.
I would have expected him to micro those Vikings a little bit, but
Yeah.
no, he just kind of stood them in there, took a ton of damage from everything, and then they were gone.
I don't think Vikings are the answers to carriers. I think you just need to be more aggressive as the Terran. Like, Kir was very, very passive that game. And then, if you are going to make Vikings, at least get ship armor on the way.
Yeah, he got every other upgrade under the sun. He definitely, intentionally chose not to get air armor, so I don't know. I don't know what his deal is there at all. Copenhagen DOS with the GG in chat. Looking good stats in game one there. Oh,
I chose the wrong map for the second one.
You did.
Now we're on track. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in today. We are just getting started. We had a long game one between Kira and Stats. It is a best of 5.
You're coming in late. You're wondering who won game one there. It was definitely Stats with carriers of all things.
Yeah. Yeah, really, really good usage of carriers. I don't know if there's like a defined Terran answer to carriers because we don't ever see carriers that often.
Right. Hey, what's up, Kai? What's up, Omicron? It sure seemed like Kira was just going for +3 million Vikings, but he stacked them up and didn't micro them at all, and I don't know if that's a fair test.
Yeah. Like, honestly, I prefer mass liberators against carriers. Because, like, you get, like, I think it's probably between, like, 6 and 10 liberators with +3 attack, and they just massacre the interceptors with their splash. Anyway, here we are in the bottom left-hand side of the map. We have got Stats. Stats, boys!
And in the top right, he was in the GSL final. It's Cure.
Just a reminder to everyone tuning in that in the little blurb above the chat, there is the Matcherino link. Go ahead and help us use the coupon code AW60 on that if you're familiar with Matcherino. Basically, you can give a free 50 cents to the players just by typing in a coupon code, so worth checking that out.
It is beyond worth checking out. You should do it. Do it for us. Do it for the players. Do it for esports.
Yes, for esports.
Yes. Doing that laggy thing again. So strange.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
There's some bug in the newest version of the client.
Maybe.
I'll report it.
Yeah, I think Cure has to be more aggressive. Like, as I said before, I've seen Clem kind of go into the late game confidently with like ghosts and liberators and things like that. But when he's doing it, he's at least playing incredibly aggressive.
Yes.
Like, he's not afraid to let the game get into the ghost stage, but he's still playing quite aggressive Terran, whereas Cure just completely sat back. Waited to die to carriers, kinda.
Pretty much. I mean, he did a couple nukes, he took out a couple bases, but for the most part, wasn't going for the kill by any stretch. Shield battery coming in, but not done yet. There's a tiny window here to get a probe kill.
Oh, not
quite.
Not
that's
quite.
So annoying. So annoying.
Interesting meta development. Protoss now doing this.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. Another shield battery coming up with a natural.
Oh,
Reaper.
not again! Oh,
No.
Just finishes this time.
Once again, very close. Hero Never Dream. Now the Adept has to content herself to trying to knock down supply depots, which she's not good at doing. Oh, these probes. A couple of them pretty darn injured, but really no way for the Reaper to get those. Playing it better safe than sorry as another shield battery comes in. SCV scouting, I guess? Oh, that's hilarious. Trying to kill stuff. Shield battery says, no, you can't kill anything, sorry.
Care not
And
putting that
bunker.
SCV back into the bunker. Looks like he's just abandoning ship. Gonna run into the main base, see the Twilight Council. Blink starts for stats.
Yeah, I mean, a blink opening is nothing too crazy for Cure, but good scout anyway, recognizing what's going on.
Imagine if stats cancels this and starts a DT shrine. I'd love to see that.
I love it when players do that. They get something scouted, they cancel it, and just do something entirely different. I support that wholeheartedly.
Let's take a look. There is a Medivac popping out for Cure. He's going to load 2 Widow Mines into it.
This is game 2. As you can see down below, it's got a little 1-0 little indicator there.
Yeah, it's a little small, but you can see it. It also says best of 5 there.
Yes, all the information you need on the screen, I believe. Medevac heading on down. Gonna try to drop in and get some stuff done. The army not... Oh, moving to position to try to handle it. Let's take down a probe, which is acceptable losses. And once again, a probe, which is acceptable losses. He's gonna save
saves
this Widow
it.
Mine, though, and gets it out. Nice.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Source of future annoyance for stats there, for sure.
Yep, just knowing it's there. What you gonna do, build a Stargate stats?
Maybe later, not right now.
Yeah, builds a carrier. Okay, we are seeing the 4-gate blink from the Protoss players. It's not 2012. 4-gates aren't a thing, but they kind of are now. It's the Legacy of the Void 4-gate. Stalkers go in. Cure is waiting in position, but looks like Stats with his good micro is going to bruise up 1 or 2 Marauders. Enough firepower, though, for Cure to repel that.
Yeah,
I think
even
Cure
though
made off
fancy.
pretty well keeping those 2 Marauders alive.
Absolutely. I mean, that can be pretty scary against most Terran players, but even the hands of Stats didn't do as much as he wanted it to. Going into a robotics bay back home, definitely following us up with something besides just Blink Stalkers.
Oh, the
And
bunker.
Bunker repair is good. Is it enough? Yeah.
Just barely.
Buys the time here. Medevac's in production, not quite there yet. This bio is going to be happy to receive that green healing stream from above.
That
A lot of these
green
guys
healing
are...
stream, indeed.
Yes, they're fairly injured as a whole right now. There we go.
Oh, the bunker not getting repaired this time. Will end up falling.
Yep. Small victory there for Stats, but Cure's got the Medivacs now, and he almost has concussive shell, so Stats got to be really careful not to catch a couple hits from those Marauders on his way out.
Oh, and there's the Stats attack with the Prism. Classic Stats fashion.
Is there anything back at the natural base to stop him from just swinging over there? And the answer is not really. Not right now. A couple SCVs are going to go down here. The Marauders stimming forward to try to take these guys out. They're fighting, but then they get picked up and retreat there as well. Stats getting a third base over on the left side of the map here. Extended Thermal Lance coming in. Colossus just about done for the first one of the day. A little bit of a Stalker Marauder engagement. Stalkers want nothing to do with that generally. And even there, Warp Prism getting denied on both locations based on the presence of Marauders and Marines in each.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy seeing how this build works out. Like Stats, his third base is very late compared to a Protoss macro opener, but then he's just got such a unit presence. Kier's going to be looking to move out for an attack. However, Stats does have one Colossus out, 17 Stalkers, which is not a small amount, giving Kier grief as well.
Oh wow, blinking into the natural base.
He pulls him all the way home.
He did, but these Stalkers are all in a lot of trouble.
He's just going to recall, I bet, right?
I don't know if he can. This is a lot of damage output on these guys.
Oh, yeah, no recall from Stats?
Nope. Well, and the recall forces him to hold still, and the Marauder damage output is insane. I think everybody would have died if he tried to recall anyway.
Yeah,
so
I expected him just to like blink to the top left of the Terran base, run and blink to the top left and recall. But
that might have worked. But that's not what he chose to do today.
It was not indeed.
So Stats' third base has been running for some time. Kira's third is trying to get finished and lifted and landed over in the location on the right side. Not quite there yet, though.
A lot of Vikings?
Yeah, a lot of Vikings again. Warp Prism speed coming in. Dark Shrine about 50% complete again here.
Oh, Stats is so fast. He had no idea that mine was there, and then just out he goes.
Beautiful blink. Coming on in, not into missile turret range, hopefully, but there's not much of a landing space there otherwise. And yeah, just takes it. Takes the Warp Prism hits. Lands a bunch of Zealots inside the main base, going after the missile turret, going after SCVs, hiding amongst the mountains is the Warp Prism. But there was enough of a base defense left over that not much died there, except, you know, a couple SCVs, and that missile turret could have been a lot worse for Cure.
Yeah, good recall by Stats, keeping that Prism alive. We take a look at the supply, though. Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really big for Cure right now. A lot of that, again, is bio. It's fairly easy to get maxed out on these lower cost units compared to things like Disruptors and Colossus and DTs, but still, pretty big army here. Got the Vikings to deal with the Colossus. DT is moving out. Blink is a very, very long upgrade. Right side under attack just by regular old Zealots. And Cure just, you know what? Both armies going opposite directions here.
Yeah, we could be heading into a bit of a base trade now. There's... Oh, Disruptors for Stats. Kier's trying to dodge. He eats one or two shots. There's so many Disruptors here. For Stats, one Nova after another. The Vikings might land to help clean this up. We're heading into full-on base trade territory.
We are. Landing the Vikings inside the main base. Stats is not coming home at all. He's just trying to burn down buildings. They say never base trade a Terran, and it's looking pretty sketchy right now.
Yeah, I think if you have DTs and Disruptors, it's a bit of a different story. Good micro from Kier, lifting up those Vikings to dodge that. However, his Vikings are still being cut by this Dark Templar. A scan goes down to attack that. The Dark Shrine is still alive as well for Stats at the back of his third base. The natural of Kier's under fire.
And gone. Lifted and gone into the main base here. The income is going to be nothing for Cure here in just a minute, whereas Stats still has a mining base and another one coming up the left side.
Yeah, like, Kira is not moving quick enough. He hasn't removed Warpins, he hasn't killed off the Disruptors, and he hasn't killed off the Dark Trine, so he's still going to be losing units, all the while Stats is mining and making more.
Yeah, Stats is working on upgrades casually, like he doesn't have a care in the world here. Main base really under fire. There's a tiny bit of income based on the remaining minerals left in that main.
Oh man, Cure, like, what's he doing? Not going for a kill on those Disruptors right away? Seemed a little bit odd.
They were backed into a corner. There was nowhere for them to go.
Stats just recalls them. Now the Bio's trapped in the main. Yeah, GG. Well played by Stats.
Yeah, never base race a Terran unless you're Stats. You're going to be okay. Got a Vissel in chat.
Vissel, hey.
There you go.
Wow, long time no talk. Okay. So map number 3 is Ice and Chrome.
2-0 opening there from the Protoss player. Stats, not much of a surprise here based on, you know, just Stats' entire history of StarCraft. That said, Cure been playing pretty well recently. He did obviously make it here to the finals. Not to the finals, but to the second day of Africa World 60. He made it to the finals of GSL just a couple weeks ago now, or a week ago now. And so far, so good. We'll see if he can make it good here in game number 3. As long as we're waiting for this game to start, go ahead and check out the Matcherino page. Up top there, up top in the chat, there's a link to the Matcherino. If you just use code AW60, you can toss some free money at these players and encourage them to participate in a few future events. It is 2-0 now, moving into game number 3 on Ice and Chrome.
All right, now let's take a look. We have got Stats in the top right-hand side of the map. Looking really fine with his PVT.
Yeah, just DT blinking it away here. In the bottom left, he's down 2-0. Bit of a desperate situation. It's Cure.
SCV moves across the map right away. Is Somnicrom trolling in chat saying best of 5? Question mark?
He might be.
Oh, Somnicron.
We're getting a lot of questions about the stuff that's on the screen, so maybe he decided to join in.
Vissel, are you the Vissel from Minecraft that I knew a long time ago? Okay, we have got the double gas from Cure. As is tradition, following up a proxy Rex, you need to have the gas if you're going to put your main barracks out on the map somewhere. Ah, Michael. Hello.
Ah. Reaper just about done there for Cure. He's going to hop over here as fast as he can. Hop. And here we go. Moving in. There's a Zealot, but the Zealot can't catch a speedy little Reaper guy.
Yeah, usually the Reaper in this scenario gets around 2 probe kills. We'll see how well Cure does with it. So far, he's got 1 and bruised up a few probes. There is another. The Reaper will have to skedaddle, though, and look at that. 2 probes, as is usual.
Yep. Pretty standard losses there for Stats. I think he finds that acceptable.
So after seeing a few more games of the shield battery overcharge, what's your thoughts on it so far?
I think it seems fine. I don't have any complaints about it. I don't think it needs a buff either. I think it's pretty well balanced where it is.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I was just thinking about it the other day. It's kind of like another one-click defense, and I thought we had moved away from that.
I know, which they love giving Protoss.
And I know Protoss arguably needed something to help with defense. But, yeah, I don't know. Okay, Stats is moving out across the map. Kier's rocking a really interesting unit composition. A lot of Hellions and Reapers against Stalkers. Isn't usually what you'd think to see in a PvT, however, in this number, due to their speed, assuming Kier micros these well enough, he can clean up these Stalkers.
Yeah, usually Hellions don't like fighting against Stalkers at all, but he's got enough to where it works out for him. That's amazing. Very strange.
Yeah, look at that.
Not something you see every day. Another shield battery coming up at the natural base. This is a pretty scary, pretty zippy little harassment army heading up to try to kill some more probes.
Yeah, Stats is going to get that wall up because he knows this army's coming. The Stalker can always be bounced with a grenade, though, or just straight up attacked. Wow, look at this from Kier, just going ham. The shield battery's not done yet. Probes are being pulled by Stats, and Kier wins it.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
4.5 minute attack there with Hellions and Reapers. Who does that? Kier does, that's who.
Did Kier think he was playing like TvT or something? Like that is fully TvT.
It is. That is. Maybe he's like, Stats would expect the TvT opener. That was hilarious.
Crazy.
He just like blasted his way through the Stalker that was trying to hold the wall. Poor Stalker. He's at least knocked me back. You don't have to kill me, jeez.
I know, that was just so rude. It's like, apparently if you have enough Reapers and Hellions, you can kill gateway units.
It's not advised. Like, we're not telling you to do this, but it's possible. We're on a Deathara or Deathara. I don't know, man. One of the two.
Yeah, there's no space, is there?
Yeah, if it was Deathara, there'd be a space. I'm gonna go with Deathara. Personally, I don't know. See if that's accurate or not. I guess we'd have to ask the map maker about that, though. Who made Deathara? Let me look this up.
Wait till there's another BlizzCon and they do like a meeting with map makers to get feedback. I've been waiting for this. Gotta have some words with you guys.
Give you a piece of my mind.
Okay, anyway, in the top left, it's Kier.
You refuse to go down without a fight, gotta respect it. And in the bottom right, it is Stats. So the guy who made Deathara is Finnish, actually. His name's Maris. Oh, sorry, her name is Maris. I apologize. Her nicknames are Queen in the North.
Queen of the North.
Queen of the North. She did Disco Bloodbath. As well as Nightshade, Winter's Gate, and Everdream.
Oh, Nightshade's a good map. Everdream's a good map.
Yeah, Disco Bloodbath was a fun map. Maybe it wasn't a great map.
Yeah. Disco Bloodbath, I remember it now, was an interesting map.
Hard to see creep on certain places on the disco dance floor. I remember some really epic games on that map, though. From last year, a couple months, or a little bit beyond that.
Ah, yes, your name is now changed. Somnicrom saying she is my queen.
Dang it, Somnicrom!
I love those memes.
I don't like them because then I think about all of the stuff that I hate about Season 8 of Game of Thrones that makes me mad.
I'm the king of the North. You're my queen.
I don't want it. He never called himself King of the North in Season 8, right?
No, because he didn't want it.
Because he didn't want it. Exactly. Horrible. Enough. Moving on. Moving on. Being happy about things. Being happy about this proxy, which is getting a little bit bigger.
Yeah, funny story about that. So I put all I know you want to move on from talking about Game of Thrones because of painful experiences, but My dad had been waiting like a year to watch the final episode of Game of Thrones
Yeah.
because I put like all the episodes for the final season onto a USB stick, but for some reason the final episode wouldn't play.
Okay.
And I was just like, well, are you missing out on that much? But now he's finally gonna watch it. So okay,
Well,
so this is a crazy proxy.
I like it. It is super involved. Who did I see do this once?
Tasia?
I have this very distinct memory. No, I think it was Beyond. Stalker does find it, but I might be a little bit late for this. Yeah, the 1-1-1 proxy with I guess it was Cyclones then, but I guess it's tanks now.
Yeah, Tasia recently did this against Dream like 4 or 5 games. Like he did it like, okay, maybe not 4, but like 3 matches in a row, I think, in the GSL.
Yeah, I'm thinking more along the lines of like 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. But yeah, seeing Tasia do it and now Cure do it, this definitely is a thing. We might get to see the battery overcharge get used in this situation.
I would imagine it would make a lot of sense for stats.
The Medivac gonna make it so that it's harder for stats to focus down these Marines. The tank at the front is using its range to help zone out the Stalkers, but now we see there's the two shield batteries at the front and a high Stalker count for Stats. Is he just gonna dive on this? Yeah, he is. GG, Stats wins 3-1.